Good morning. What a fitting day it is to announce the Motorcycle Awareness Month of May. We're here at the Opry Mills parking lot. We want to thank them for the use of their parking lot. Also, we want to thank the THP Falcons for putting on the 7th annual Music City Police Motorcycle and Training Competition. Like I said, May is the Motorcycle Awareness Month, and on our trip from downtown this morning, we counted 9 motorcycles. So as the weather continues to improve, we're going to see more and more motorcycles on our roadways. And we ask the motoring public to look twice and share the road with these motorcycles. The motorcycles have as much right as anyone to be on the roadways. And looking twice to make sure that you don't pull out in front of a motorcycle, change lanes and run a motorcycle off into the median could mean life or death for that motorcyclist. So we asked you to pay attention to the motorcycles. During the month of May, we will partner with our law enforcement agencies across the state to place special attention on motorcycles and drivers that do not obey the laws of the state. Pay special attention to the motoring public if they change lanes improperly or pull out in front of a motorcycle and are observed. The appropriate enforcement action will be taken by our local law enforcement and their highway patrol. I want to thank the Vanderbilt University Level 1 Trauma Center for being here today, and they're going to discuss what they see when a motorcyclist or an injured person comes to their Level 1 Trauma Center. Now I'd like to introduce Colonel Tracy Trott of the Tennessee Highway Patrol. Colonel Trott is a 40-year veteran of the Highway Patrol, and he has worked crashes, he has seen crashes, he has been on the scene of motorcycle crashes and car crashes, and I'm going to ask him to say a few words about motorcycle stats and also the how to protect yourself if you're riding a motorcycle. Colonel Trott.
Appreciate it. Okay, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for everybody being here today.
There you go.
Yeah, thank you for everybody being here today. We appreciate the support. We want to thank all of our THP motor riders for putting on this competition, the work that they do to make this happen. We want to thank all our other teams that have come in from different law enforcement jurisdictions to participate. This is a great event for us, and it helps us to focus on Motorcycle Awareness Month. Last year in Tennessee, 134 people died on motorcycles. That's 13% of our total fatalities that happened with a motorcycle rider. So we definitely need to improve that. We're showing some improvement this year, but the weather is just starting to get warm, and we know motorcycles will be hitting the road this weekend and throughout the coming months. So we ask you to be safe and really look out for their safety. There's blame on both parts when it comes to these motorcycle fatalities. Motorcycle riders need to obey the rules of the law. They need to drive at a safer speed. They need to be more cognizant of cars and drive defensively. Passenger vehicle drivers need to give them the space to be safe and be on the lookout for them at all times. It's difficult to tell how fast a motorcycle is really coming in the opposite direction when you're looking at one from a passenger vehicle. So we ask both parties to really play a part in the safety of our motoring public. We use this month as an opportunity for education and awareness and to celebrate the great riding of the police officers here this weekend. And we just look forward to a great weekend with them and a great month, and we look forward to lowering motorcycle fatalities in Tennessee. So thank you all for being here, and we thank you for your support.
Thank you, Colonel. Now it's my honor to introduce Dr. Tim Nunez, trauma surgeon at the Vanderbilt University Medical Center, Level 1 Trauma Center.
Good morning. Come on up here, guys. Good morning, and thank you for having us. Vanderbilt is dedicated to being part of this process, and one of our jobs is to not only treat the injured, but to also make sure that we do all that we can to prevent. My name is Tim Nunez. I'm a trauma surgeon at Vanderbilt. With me, I have two Special Forces medical sergeants from 5th and 7th Group, Dave Giganti and David Krug, who work and train with us. Also, both motorcyclists. I'm going to say a lot of bad things about motorcycles. It doesn't mean that I don't want people on them. It's just I tend to see all the bad aspects of it. As I see a lot of behaviors that I see the bad outcome from. You know, and Colonel Trott sort of brought up the statistics. You know, about 5,000 people a year die from motorcycle crashes. You know, as he stated, there's 134 in Tennessee. We're at about 26 so far in 2018. Not only is it 13% of all fatalities and crashes, motorcycle crashes are 13% of our admissions at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. That's a whole lot of people that we take care of because we have a whole bunch of different type of injury patterns. Motorcycles are a big part of it. And you see with the beautiful weather today, I'm not working today as a trauma surgeon, but I can guarantee that one of my partners will most likely take care of somebody who is on their motorcycle today. And I'll get into a little bit of specifics about the personal side of the motorcycle injuries and what we see. But one of the things that I have to talk about up here, because we fight about this every year, is helmets. Helmets save lives, they save your brain. All right, it's easy for us to fix your arm, it's easy for us to fix your femur, we can take out your spleen, these things are easy to do. We can't fix your brain that well. And helmets will decrease injury probably by about 70% is what our data shows. So if you're not wearing a helmet, you choose not to, okay, you're not supposed to in Tennessee obviously, but if you choose not to wear a helmet, you're more likely to die, you're more likely to have a severe traumatic brain injury, you're more likely to have a disability for the rest of your life that maybe never lets you go home, keeps you in a nursing home, doesn't let you take care of yourself. You can't go to the bathroom, can't feed yourself. These are the things that happen with these significant brain injuries. Helmets work. Fortunately, Tennessee has a universal helmet law, but there's only 19 states that have a universal helmet law. There's lots of states that have none, and there's some that it's all for just young people have to wear helmets. One of the battles we fight every year in the legislature of Tennessee, somebody wants to repeal the helmet law, and every year our division goes and tries to fight this because we've tried this experiment in other states. When you repeal the helmet law, you know, my 13-year-old can tell you what happens. You get more brain injuries and more people die. And it costs a lot of money. Interesting, you look at our Vanderbilt numbers, and we looked at unhelmeted motorcyclists. You know, and this was, I think, 2016, I think was the year. Of our 70 unhelmeted motorcyclists, 40 of them, over half, had no insurance, whether that be motor vehicle or health insurance. That's a huge cost to the public. The expense of taking care of somebody with a severe traumatic brain injury is extensive. This is a horrible problem, and it's completely preventable. Not only from the motorcycle aspect, but like Colonel Trott said, also from those of us driving vehicles. The road is to be shared, and we have to look out for them. And then I'll finish on the personal note of taking care of these patients. I've been doing this a long time. I've been taking care of injured people for a long time. I've been at Vanderbilt for about 6 years. Prior to that, I was active duty Army for about 10. I've taken care of injured people a lot. What I can tell you about taking care of the victims of motorcycle crashes is myself and my partners, our team is the group that sits there and talks to the mom, the spouse, the children, and tells them that their loved one is never going to be the same, or that their loved one now doesn't have a right arm, or their loved one is, never going to talk to them again, or they're dead. That gets tiring to have to do that when we know it's a preventable problem. We have to all be conscious. Again, these motorcycles are out there. It looks like fun. I can't ever get on one. It looks like it's a blast. But they have to be careful, put a helmet on, wear the protective equipment that you can have, and we need to look out and be safe for them so that we do less of this. Vanderbilt is there to help you. Our mission of taking care of Middle Tennessee it's what we live for every day. We want to take care of all the people that need our help, but what we would really like is for people not to need our help. Thank you very much.
Dr. Nunez, thank you for your comments, and let me introduce a couple of people. I want to introduce Jason Ivey, the Deputy Director of the Tennessee Highway Safety Office, also Kevin Hager, Brenda Jones, Shandy Smith, and Tony Burnett. And they're here along with the colonel and his command staff because they care about how many people die on our roadways. And they want to get the message out as well. And they're here in support of the words that we're saying look twice and share the road with the motorcycles. And I'll close by saying share the road and look twice. Thank you.